For decades, America's military advantage rested on something simple: innovation. From stealth aircraft to GPS, precision weapons to the internet, US taxpayers funded research and development that reshaped the world and kept our warfighters safe. But today, the system meant to deliver that innovation is failing. Not because the technology doesn't exist, not because the needs are unclear, but because the Department of Defense's acquisition system for R&D and delivering new capabilities has become institutionally corrupt. Not corrupt in an illegal sense, corrupt in a structural one. A system more focused on promoting insider interests than delivering for the warfighter or the nation. A former undersecretary for research and engineering once described the system in Congress as defined by a single word: waste. Waste of time, waste of resources, waste of talent. And the tragedy: publicly funded R&D is one of the only government investments where the American people reliably can get a positive return. Yet the insiders who run the system, bureaucrats, contractors, consultants, seem more committed to protecting their own comfort than protecting national security or posterity. It's not for a lack of knowledge. The problems have been documented for decades in studies, panels, think tank papers, and congressional mandates. Congress has even given DoD flexible authorities to try new ways of doing business. They've instructed leaders to innovate, experiment, and break from the past. On paper, the department agrees. In speeches, leaders talk a great game. And then, nothing. No vision, no follow-through, no courage. Because inside the system, business as usual is not just comfortable, it's rewarded. Actually doing what's needed, using authority, challenging the status quo, hey, that's risky. And in a bureaucracy, risk is punished. Take other transactions. Flexible agreements designed decades ago as an alternative to the dysfunctioning contracting processes and a way to reach and better work with innovative companies fast. They were supposed to be a catalyst for change. Instead, insiders turned them into a hack, an easy button, a way to outsource their work to expensive contractors, bypass accountability, and preserve the very system they were meant to replace. You get the appearance of innovation, the sound of innovation, even the rhetoric of innovation, but not the results. Because in the modern DoD bureaucracy, talking like a reformer is rewarded more than acting like one. What's worse, the bureaucracy hides behind the warfighter. They assume their honor. They use the courage of the soldier, sailor, airman, and marine as a mascot, a shield, and take advantage of the public support for the military as a justification for their waste. They conflate the warfighter's service with their own, as if sitting in a cubicle of a massive bureaucracy is the same as facing fire on the front lines. All the while their decisions or their inaction make the warfighter's job harder and more dangerous. The system has become a risk deferral machine, deferring risk from the bureaucracy and placing it on the front lines. Over time, the system has grown so bloated, so rule-obsessed, so painfully slow that it has pushed out most of America's industrial base. Only a handful of giant defense primes have the staff and legal teams to navigate the maze. Everyone else, thousands of capable American companies, simply can't afford the overhead. They're locked out. And America's technological dominance, the edge we once took for granted, it's slipping because the system stopped looking outward and started looking inward toward its own comfort. Recently, the Secretary of Defense has pushed a new vision, one that aligns with what organizations like Strategic Institute for Innovation in Government Contracting have pioneered and advocated for years. A return to common sense, to flexibility, to real leadership, not more policy memos. Because the remedy is not another layer of process. The remedy is using the authorities Congress has already given to explore better ways of delivering capability, the ways American businesses actually operate. This isn't hard. With the will and leadership, real change could be achieved in months, not decades. But the question is, will the insiders rise to the moment? Or will they do what they have always done? Conform, delay, and avoid responsibility. It's been said, the opposite of courage is not cowardice. It is conformity. For too long, conformity has ruled the Pentagon's acquisition system. It has enriched insiders, protected mediocrity, and allowed America's adversaries to catch up. The choice before today's workforce is simple. Continue the comfortable decay, or stand up, show courage, and do what the nation desperately needs. Taxpayers fund this system. The warfighter depends on this system. Future generations will inherit the consequences of this system. The question now is whether the people inside will finally rise to their responsibility. Not with words, not with slogans, but with action. The path forward is clear. Will they take it?